That was a joke. There is a sound, really. I certainly hope. Hello, and welcome again to Mustard in the Kitchen. This time I'm going to bake a cake. Yes, that's a perfectly acceptable thing for a bearded man in his kitchen to do, isn't it? On a Thursday evening. Well, might turn out nice, might turn out dreadful, whatever the case, it's going to turn out. Now, this is probably the only time you'll see me doing the scales. As you see here, I have the butter in there and I have the scales. And that's because I'm a bit unsure of what the actual measurements of the sugar and flour look like. And it's reasonably important that you get them right. No, I haven't got any more there. So first of all, I'm just going to crack on with this before I start doing some hellos. I reckon we'll put some sugar in here. We're up to nearly 200 grams of brown sugar. And I'm going to top that up to 250 grams with caster sugar. Baking a cake is something you might not really expect me to do because I don't really have what you would call a sweet tooth. But, however, I do like a bit of cake, and even more, I like a cake that's a bit different to the norm. So here we go, lots of sugar, tip it into the bowl just like that. And then the next thing is to bung in, that's it, lots and lots of butter. Real butter, but real unsalted butter. The whole lot goes in there, one whole block of the stuff. And I am going to mix up. Oh, I've got another spoon out. I've already got a spoon out. I've done a double spoon. I've double spooned it. How clumsy of me. Never mind. This isn't quite as satisfying as making bread, but it's still kind of fun. Oh, I've just realised I'm already going ever so slightly wrong with what I wanted from this cake. I want to do a cake that's got 3 different colours on the go. So I'm planning a part cinnamon, part red cake, yeah, just red cake, and then part chocolate for the top bit. But this is already quite brown. So how red can the cake actually be? I suppose this can be good for the cinnamon part and the chocolate part as well, and the other parts, but it'll be fine. It won't be a problem. It'll work out fine. It will, honestly, I'm not the slightest bit concerned by it. But so I'm going to have a cake that's kind of this size. I've had a request for this particular cake. I tried it a little while back, and it worked out quite well. So I'm going to just do it again. But then there's a bit too much for like 250 of butter, flour and sugar as well. What's up?
Thank you.
So I'm going to do another cake just for me, which is going to go in the top of this dishy here. It may as well be cooked at the same time, and all will be rather wonderful, and I'll enjoy it an awful lot. But I haven't decided what it's going to be yet. But I do want it to be something somewhat unconventional. So, cake, could it be port cake? See that? I've got a bit of port left over. I've had that for weeks. It doesn't go off, you see. It just remains perfectly good. Oh, I also have some coconut liqueur. That doesn't go off either. That's been there for ages. Neither one would really do the job. How about whiskey cake? Ah, there's an idea. In fact, why don't I just make a piss up cake? That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Before I do anything else, though, because I'm definitely not rushing any of this tonight, I'm going to say hello to some people who happen to be here already. Let's see who's here. Jimmy Quinn. Jimmy Quinn is here and he says, good evening. Good evening to you. Roseanne is here and good evening, Mr. Mustard. Project Nigel was here. Yes, he was here. Barry Scrotter is here. Hello, Captain, and everyone across the galaxies. How very polite. How inclusive of you, in fact. The guy from SETI Alpha 5, who's called Barry, says, good morning, peeps, and we have a response there. Well, now then, says Andrew Buttigieg, hello, Mustard, and the early birds in the chat. Of course, it's not an early bird for me or many of the people who are here in Britain at 10 to 9 in the evening. So, as normal, comments can get a bit confusing. I have a read out comments that are within the chat speaking to each other. So I'll just leave those alone and just read the ones out that are not. Good evening, Captain and all, says Dick Dastardly. Good to have you here. Crichton Roberts. Hello, my man, Mustard. Yeah, I like that. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Measuring tools borrowed from Measuring Man. I wonder if I don't suppose Lego Man's ever baked a cake, actually. Is it me, or has Mustard malfunctioned? Maybe I did do. Maybe there was a glitch a minute ago. Lots of sugar, says Crichton Roberts. Well, that's the difference between cake and bread is basically sugar. Bread, you have oil, and you have oil, and you have salt. Cake, you have sugar and you have butter. That's the main difference. Oh, and eggs as well. Look, the numbers are going up already. Whee! Rather excellent. So it's important. It's important I address my audience. DD, is this robot Mustard? Are you making... Oh, what a delicious delight are you making tonight, Mustard? Cake, 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 cake. Oh yes, I'm going to make a cake. I'm going to make some cake that my small people can have for tomorrow. I'm going to make some that I can have some for tomorrow as well. Evening, Mustard, says Steve Emily Bishop's finger. Good evening, Steve Emily Bishop's finger. Hello, Mrs. Mustard's arm. Right. How about a cakey cake? Well, it should be cake. Whiskey cake, you say? It wouldn't be very good. There's another one, actually, in the cupboard down here. There is a bottle of cheapo whiskey that was from... Gosh, how long was that? That's been there quite a while. And again, it's just stuff that doesn't go off. And because things like whiskey don't taste anything like as good as beer, they don't get drunk. Chris Bowen, hello Paul, thought I'd pop in and say hi. And hello, you're welcome to stay, but you don't have to do. I won't be on Boaty's stream at all. Eh? We have a zip lining trip booked. Gosh. Hello kitchen chums. Are you making fish cakes? No, I'm not making fish cakes, Ross. I'm making cakey cake. Cakey cake, the cakiest cake of them all. And so far, the cakiness is just merely the sugar and butter, which is all nicely stirred up, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do is just measure out some flour, some self-raising flour. That happens to be the same amount of flour as what you have, butter, and also the other thing that's in there, sugar, that's it. So, again, oh, hang on. This might have a bit less sugar than I thought, considering. There we go. 250 grams of self-raising flour. This where it gets a bit more awkward to stir up, of course. Because now we are... Uh-oh. Oh. No, I'm making a bit of a mess, I'm afraid. This would be easier to use a fork. Or, I mean, it's a good idea to have a little bit of milk in the mix as well. I might be doing this the wrong way around, I'm not really sure, I can't remember. I've not made cake very often. I made cake twice the other week and about 3 times 4 years ago. So my method, let's say, is one of haphazard, which works well for me because everything else I do is rather haphazard and just a bit backwards. But as we can see, it is actually stirring up fine. It just takes a bit more effort. Now, some people will, of course, have themselves a cake mixer, you know, a machine where they're just bunging all the ingredients, and then you have this thing that twists around like that. It just cheats you. Anyone can do it that way, can't they? Well, no, they can't, because if you haven't got one, you can't do it that way, and I haven't got one. That means I can't do it that way. This is all nice and stiff now. I'm going to put a bit of milk in there to loosen it up somewhat. And then the next step will be some eggs. I don't know if that was the right amount of milk. And straight back into not being a measuring man. It's this, exactly this, why I would not be good at fitting carpets. Because I'd be good at measuring. There's nothing wrong with my ability to measure things and use numbers. I'm quite good with actual numbers. Quite natural in many ways, which comes from being a musician. Musicians are better with numbers as long as they don't go above 4. And I've always been quite good with them. But as we can, the texture of this, it's starting to become a bit cake mixture-y, which is kind of good. Oh. Right, okay. Let's just read a couple of comments out again. And Kitchen Chums, hi Barry, hi Karen, hi Ross, hi Rod, Dan, Andrew, Steve, Emily, Bishop's Finger. You named the largest fish, Barry, for some the other night. Can you name the smallest, Emily? It's not the largest fish, it's just the largest of the penguin tetras. Gavin Peters is here. Hello, Captain Mustard. Hope you're well. I am fine. I broke off just then because I did notice the continuation of a particular thing that was going on last night from Mercy for the Innocent, which is there. Oh, is that a smile or not? Can I really tell? Oh, no hands. Eggs are chicken menstruations. Did you know? I know all about this, but as this channel is predominantly about live streaming and cooking, it becomes very, very difficult to do anything where there aren't any kind of milk or, well, dairy products or animal products. So, I do know, but, you know, if you're not interested in this kind of thing, then it wouldn't really be the best place to hang out, because you're going to struggle to get me to change my ways, let's say. To the cake mix. Gosh, the last time I made a cake was at home economics at school. I enjoyed doing it. To be honest, probably scale back my visits on Boaty's live streams. I like them, but there's too much waffle and not enough interaction. Oh, okay, says, well, Barry, well, he's, it's difficult to get it exactly right, because the thing is, if all anybody did was to read comments out on a live stream, then all live streams would be the same, wouldn't they? Right, here come the eggies. One little eggie gets popped in. Two little eggies get popped in. And then, of course, 3 little eggies get popped in. I was hoping to have this a bit slicker, actually. 4 little eggies get popped in. And no shell. That is good. 4 large eggs. Welsh cakes. Welsh cakes. 1 second, people. 1 second. At this point, I could be tempted to swap the spoon for a fork because it would be easier to stir. But in actual fact, it would only be easier to start with whilst the fork is not clogged. But it wouldn't take long for the fork to become clogged, would it? Gosh, I'm feeling a bit bloated after my fruits this evening. I'm going to be eating any cake tonight, I don't think. Certainly not very much of it anyway. Any noodle dishes lined up, Captain? No, I haven't thought about it at all, I'm afraid. I'll try if I think about it at some point. Milks and flax egg, apples, sauce, bananas, aquafabs, etc. So, well, I mean, you could do, obviously, it wouldn't be impossible for somebody to do a vegan cookery live stream, would it? In fact, for some, it would be quite easy. I'm sure I've done something wrong here. It just doesn't seem to be mixing in the same way as it normally does. I would hate that to happen, where, you know, it just goes completely wrong. It's going to happen at some point, isn't it? Am I supposed to have used 4 eggs? Maybe I wasn't supposed to use 4 eggs. I'll probably be alright once I carry on mixing it up. Zana Mari, with curry being your favourite food, do you have a favourite cuisine? Yeah, not really. Can't say as I do particularly. I think actually the last time I put the eggs in before, I put the eggs in at a different point, and that's really it. So the stirring process was probably a little bit easier than that is just at the moment. But it's quite soggy. I think maybe I put a bit too much milk in it. Or actually, this is where having the there we go. It's getting better now. Having the mixing machine would make this bit much easier. I reckon ladies of the past would probably beat your average man these days in an arm wrestle, doing this kind of thing every day. Before they had mixing machines. I mean, you don't have to do it quickly, you could just do it quite slowly, I suppose, but it's just the constant moving like this. Oh, that's nice actually. That looks like it should do. Been worn out making cake. That'd be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Rosanna shouts, mustard, thank you. Crikey, that brings back memories of home economics at school. Had a few food fights to go as well. What are you cooking, asks Rosanna. I am cake. I'm making cake. I could do one of those plastic spatulas. One of those plastic spatulas with a nice soft edge on. That's where you get all the cake mix out of the bowl and not end up wasting some of it. which I inevitably will be doing, I guess. Andrew Buttigieg says food. Oh, right. I think it would be nice to add some variety, at least, says Mercy for the Innocent. Well, a variety is exactly right. But I think I've probably got the variety bit okay. After all, I've not done too many of them so far, so it might be. I don't think I'm going to be in any desperate rush to be doing any vegan stuff just yet. And I'd have to have a bit more of an interest in it as well. And I just don't. Vegan food, again, I just don't think it's very good for you. Have you been in a musical theatre? Asks Zana Marie. Or Zana Murray. No, not for a long time, I haven't. Never tried any Welsh food, I am ashamed to admit, as a Welshman, says Barry. Andrew, food fights. We made veggie samosas one day and peas were flying. I see. Would you do a spicy eating challenge? Asks Dan Peters. Yes, I would. But what do you have in mind? Just eating chilies? It's a bit laddish, isn't it, really? Captain, you play the guitar. Jamming with mustard. Yeah, that's a possibility, isn't it? I've had lava bread. Black Lines is here. I got really bad heartburn last time I ate birthday cake. Next time, I'll remove the candles. Our fights usually involve eggs, mainly, says Andrew Buttigieg, and peas, you say. Where's Barry's shit peas when you need him? No, I'm not singing the song. I'm not doing that by myself anymore. No. Ghost chili chicken strips from Iceland. And then add some Carolina Reaper hot sauce to it for added heat. Iceland, the country. What's happened here is I basically made the cake mix. Okay, that is the cake mix. That's how it should look. It's quite runny, and it will remain runny until it's cooked. But at this point, this is where I can separate it into different bits. And so I'm going to just get another bowl. Another big bowl. And I'm going to put some cake mix in the other bowl and add other things to it. And then kind of layer it on top to see if it's any good or not. Yeah. So, I did a yarn. I don't normally do that. In fact, I don't do it at all. So, what's coming next? Oh, apparently you'll sing along with me, will you? Well, that's all very nice. The only thing is, I won't be able to hear you because I'm here. What we want then is some grease-proof paper. There's no point in trying to have, not trying to, but having a tough time scraping bits of burnt cake off of the cake thingy malarkey. Is there? No point whatsoever. Right, so I'm going to put this down here so you can just see kind of what I'm doing at the moment. I'm going to do that amount. Get back in there. That amount with some cinnamon. Go on, open up. There's quite a bit of cinnamon there. Don't want to put any more in. But I just did do. So there we go. That's That's my cinnamon cake mix just there. It smells really lovely. Do you like cinnamon? If you don't like cinnamon, this won't really particularly interest you. But I do like cinnamon. I think it's rather lovely. And then into this here, which is it's like making a small loaf with, but it's kind of the same thing in many ways, isn't it? I'm going to try and scrape it all in there. Come on, in you go. Trouble with cake mix is that it's of such a consistency that it's very difficult to get it all just right, which is why, of course, we have, or well, we should have, one of those plastic spatulas that I mentioned just a second ago. Right, there we go. So we have the bottom part of the cake, which is going to be cinnamon based. So have a taste. That's really nice. Now we're going to have the second part, which isn't going to be cinnamon based, but it is going to be way too red. I think the answer is yeah. Now that was genuinely a mistake. I didn't I didn't mean to put that much in there. Oh dear. I've really done that a bit wrong. Can you have too much food colouring in? Will it be dangerous? No, but it is rather wasteful. And it's exceedingly runny as well, as you can see. So, right, there we go. There's the first mistake. But never mind. Into the tray it goes. At least it will be significantly different and a very good contrast to the top and bottom of the cake. Can I spread it across without mixing it all up? Yes, I can. The last time I did this, the top part kind of sank into the bottom. And that was probably because I put too much of the top part on. And I'm going to try not to do that this time. Also, is it worthwhile just seeing well, it certainly tastes okay. Try and get some more of it out. No, just empty it out there. Come on, off you get. Right, there we go. Right, good. So now, what we want to do is some more cake mix. And we're going to struggle with this not being red now, unfortunately, because the red dye is pretty red. I'm sorry if that's a bit loud, that clattery sound. This time I'm going some cocoa powder. Try not to overdo it with this. Might be a bit more difficult to overdo it with cocoa powder, come to think of it. Well, that's good. That really does have an awful lot of spilling it. Very, very cocoa-y. Oh, it's coming out of the bowl. Stay in the bowl. Come on, cocoa. Come on, cocoa. Come on. Stay where you belong. And notice by the numbers at the moment that this is where the numbers fall when I'm actually doing some cooking, when I'm actually doing something, when I'm actually doing the thing in the kitchen I've come in the kitchen to do. 4, that's when people disappear. Isn't that strange? It's almost like they prefer me to just chat away. Right, so there we have the final bit of the cake. And obviously it's quite a rich, stodgy cake. Really makes me want to invest in one of those plastic spatulas now, which I have mentioned that a good few times, I know. You can see the difference it would probably make and the ease when you've got something that's flexible on the end to try and get all of the cake mix out. Okay, right. So taste this one. Yeah. Right. So it's a bit slightly chaotic looking cake. It's kind of, it looks almost like a fight that's happened in a bread tin. Essentially it is, isn't it? This is really good. I like that. I'm going to now put this over here and have a little wipe up of any stuff that may have ended up on there before doing the other cake, which I still haven't entirely decided about. But the other one is going to be just for me, so it could be something a bit naughty, or it could be something a bit outlandish. It could be something that's going to be pretty dreadful, really, but it's only really going to be me eating it, so it doesn't really matter. Red teeth, red lips. Let's have a little readout of some comments then. We've got quite a few since then, haven't we? All right, we got as far as Dan Peters there. For what it's worth, says Black Lions. I eat vegan meat quite regularly, and I feel much better nowadays. And this is from someone who eats red meat. I love hot and spicy food, so I'd be up for some tangy treats. Can you play the spoons, Captain? I can play something with them. Oh gosh. One chip challenge. I've done it. It will kill you with spice overload. Good evening, all, says Mighty Cat Mods. In fact, I had pasta with vegan meatballs from Aldi. I was quite sceptical at first, but not quite nice. Not everyone, but I think actually it's not the meat, it's the other stuff that goes with it that's the problem, that makes you feel a bit rough. The worst thing being, it's probably bread and cake actually. Two things I have a bit of a think about making recently. Karen here, that cake looks lovely, Mr. Mustard. I tend to put oil in the baking tray. It makes the cake soft and stops it from drying out. Yeah, well, that's the other way of doing it as well. But that paper works. That does it. That does it quite well. What I don't have is one of those racks, like a cooling rack. I should have one of those. But I think I probably won't make any more cake after this, but then I do. So treacle is nice on a cake. That's I did actually have this out as well, because I do quite like to put, although I don't think it needs it, a little bit of golden syrup on the top. Yeah, there we go. Completely unnecessary. It's sweet enough. And now it's too sweet. I've ruined it. Stops my stomach from bloating, so I'll take it. Are we talking about the vegan meat? The thing that makes your stomach bloat is, it's not the meat though, it's the carbs. I had pizza and chips today, says Barry Squatter. Lol, that is red. It was exceedingly red. So it's going to be an impressive looking cake, I reckon, when it's finished. Red color is just crushed beetles. You'll be fine. It's red teeth, red lips, mucky pup. No lick in the bowl. Well, did you ever think when anybody else was actually growing up, anybody making the cake, the stuff that's in the bowl is actually nicer than the cake? You know, the cake mixture is better than the cake. Why bother adding the cake? The beetle is called cochineal. Some fish and chips put it in the batter. Cochineal. I know the word. I just couldn't remember exactly how I'm supposed to pronounce it. Zana Mari, have you tried natural food colouring before? Well, yeah, I do it all the time, but just not today. Da Vinci Gaming, where's Grandma? Is she sleeping? I don't know. She might be. Sorry if you said already, but got on. What did you have for supper? Oh, well, would you call it supper? I had it at about 5 o'clock. That was chicken, chicken on the bone with chapatis, homemade chapatis, of course. What was the last what? What was the last CD you listened to? I don't know. I don't really listen to any. I had the Travis man in the car. He's waiting to work. Oh, you met the man from Travis, is that what you mean? Cake mixture is mint. The Beatles aren't artificial. Very good. Grandma called that Guyat. What? Right. People keep saying Guyat, and I don't really know what it means. I don't know what it means, people. What is Guyat? And what should I do with the rest of this cake mix? Because there is quite a bit there. I'm going to say I'm not afraid for it to be just a bit of a mix-up of all sorts of different things. So I just don't really quite know what I want to do with it. Temptation is to put the port in there. Port bread, yeah. Port bread, chili bread, yeah. How about that? Chili powder bread, curry bread. At one point, I decided I would make a curry bread, which was basically tandoori spice mix in this, and it was a bit strange. But the trouble is, it's the salt. The majority of spice mix is salt, so it doesn't really work. And then if you look at what's actually in something like that, I'm just going to get this and show you what the ingredients is in the tandoori spice mix, because it is a nice spice mix. And we'll see how much of this would be suitable for an unusual cake. So I want something a bit different, but I don't want to be unrealistic. So ingredients: coriander, that would work. Salt, that wouldn't work. Chili, possibly. Paprika, kind of a bit pointless. Celery, no. Ginger, yeah. Citric acid, what for? Lemon oil, yes. Silicon dioxide, no. Garlic cake, no, that wouldn't work. The ginger would, cumin, a little bit, clove, black pepper, fennel, yeah. Cinnamon's really low down in the list of here. The cinnamon would be, well, as you've just seen, I'm making a cinnamon cake. Cinnamon's used an awful lot in sweet recipes, isn't it? Cinnamon goes well with apple. Apple goes with pork. But imagine making a pork cake rather than a pork pie. That would be interesting. I wonder if anyone's ever done it. I wonder if I ever will. I think that's just no. So I can deduct from all those ingredients there that this would not really make a nice cake, would it? It'd make a weird cake. But we want a weird cake. But we also want to like the weird cake. And I don't think you would like the weird cake if it was made out of this stuff. Because frankly, salt and celery, citric acid, garlic, and silicon dioxide really don't belong in cake. So I'm not going to use that. And anyway, I want to make something that isn't out of a packet like that, don't I? I want it to be something slightly different. So you may think I am just delaying it ever so slightly whilst I decide what kind of a cake I can possibly make. Well, no longer should I delay. I'm just going to go right ahead and make port cake. Yes, indeed. Would you like me to prove it by tipping it in front of, or tipping it into the mix whilst you watch? Yes. There's not much in. Oh, that was too much. What I like about this is it's thinned down the mixture lots and lots, which means it will run much better into the pot or final cakey destination. Now this would be good with red, wouldn't it? This is because the pot's already red. And that is a nice natural food colouring. There we go, fantastic. I'm going to have myself a port cake. Port and what though? Port and lemon? Port and garlic? No. I've got any lemon, there's a point. If I've got some lemon, maybe. I haven't. Mustard cake. How about that? It's already a mustard cake. Does it have to have mustard in it as well? Probably not. So, let's switch on the oven. Preheating the oven is always better. About 160. And I'm going to have another look through the comments of people that have joined and buggered off again. And hopefully some of you are still here. And I see that there's an awful lot of comments, right, that turned up suddenly again. Pork and broccoli cake. There, see, that's a good one, isn't it? How far have we gone there? Oh, Guyot, yeah, Guyot. Right, yeah, see, I don't understand that. Great Bridge. Boyle is famous for orange battered chips. Great Bridge. I'm waiting for the mewing and mogging, says Dino Dad. I almost forgot about that one, actually. Grandma got to level 100. Hey, I remember. Oh, is that remember? I think that's remember. So it's Brian Dark Flame 290. Brian Dark Flame. I'm doing okay. Thank you very much. Oh no, the mewing and mocking. It's so funny. That did go on to Bolty's live stream. Free Pingu Concord says, free Rochdale. You will see girls with gayats. I still don't know what you mean by that. How you doing, Brian? Thank you, I'm okay. It will smell like poo. Travis Title, the man who, sorry, I'm not always clear with my typing. Oh, right, Barry Squatter, not Barry Squatter, Barry, as in the guy from SETI Alpha 5 is off. So good night, so bye-bye, have a nice evening, whatever it is you get up to. Have you ever made a chocolate log? Asks Barry. No, I haven't. Maybe it shouldn't be over here. I bought some cream cheese the other week, which ended up on the burger instead of in a cake. That was the idea for that, but it didn't work out, did it? Right. I'm going to stop that there, and I was going to, because I can see what's going to happen here, is... Oh, no, sorry. Right, no, right. Change of mind again. I will get to the end of these comments before I carry on doing the cake stuff. Me like his cinnamon cake long time, says Pingu Concord. Know what Grandma's wife does. I can come and see Grandma's... Oh. There's not enough Willy freeing on Boaty's channel. Let's get it. Do you know that I probably drunk every substance known to man? One thing I've never tried is port. Port's good though, especially if you like cheese. Cake or balloons? Take it easy, right. Hello again, glad I found you, says C. Jones. Well, welcome again, C. Jones, thank you. The easiest way is to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, like the live stream, etc. Going off on that again, why not? Why don't I do that? Not going to do any harm, surely. Hello, Captain. Hope all is well, says Stephen S. Paul. It is, it's fine. It's dear. And Neil Gibbons, the Gibbonator, is here as well. Hello, oh, I'm sorry, I'm in a touch late. How are you? Now, really, Neil, you don't have to be apologetic or even say sorry for being late because you're not late, because nobody has to even be here. You can't be late. Can you? Nutmeg spice mix. Yep, nutmeg. I haven't got any nutmeg though, actually. All good here. Barry has things. Yep, good. Right. Brian Dark Flame says he remembers me again. Daisy and Plushies. Hi, hello. Just gave you a thumbs up like. Thank you very much, C. Jones. That helps quite a bit. Yep. Pedro Daniel, Bossman, thank you. Mighty Cat Mods, everyone remember to smash the like button, like the stream, and what's that now? The last of it. Yeah, you look like Kanye West. Kanye West is a different colour to me, isn't he?
That looks so good.
Well, you'll have some tomorrow, and. Quick question from Brian Dark Films. And Luke, is it Luke? Looks like Lake and Emma. Can I have one? Somebody's behind you. Everybody says that. It happens every time. Every time somebody says somebody's behind you, they never turn out to be. So more. Where's it gone now? I've done with it. Yeah, there it is. Baking. Because I have never made a port cake before, I'm not going to take any chances and add anything else too stupid to it, just in case I ruin it. It might be just about okay, that's what I'm saying. If it's just about okay, then it could easily end up as being something just about horrible by adding something else to it, which I don't really want to do I? Right, so Brian, you have a job as some kind of chef, or you got time at home? No, Brian, is it Brian? Yeah, Brian. No, I don't. I don't cook for a living. Lots of people end up asking this, but I suppose they would do, wouldn't they? But no, my profession has nothing to do with cooking. Well, I mean, it does now, because I'm hoping to get this YouTube channel somewhere in the region of being monetized before too long. And that can only happen by lots of people, lots of lovely people being supportive and subscribing to the channel. And so anybody who does that or say they're going to do it, I am very grateful too. This is going to be just the right size cake, actually. Gosh, that was a good idea. I just don't want to waste any of it, that's the thing. Right. If making cakes proves successful as a video, I will do more. And I will buy a plastic spatula so I can do this a bit better. Oh. Ah. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Guess what? That works. Gosh, that's really good. I'm impressed. Thank you for sticking with me. To do some of this as well, a little bit of golden syrup to make it even more sweeter than it really needs to be. Well, so we have now port cake and then the cinnamon and chocolate cake. Ready to go in the oven once the oven is up to temperature, which won't be too far off, in fact it already is. So I'm going to put it in the oven and I'll carry on saying hello to people and just answering any questions, whatever those questions are. Cake number 1. Ow! Cake number 2. Now just realised something. Cake number 1 needs to go on the bottom. I've realised something else, in fact. It doesn't necessarily need to go on the bottom, but I do need to change, start again. If cake number 1 rises significantly, it will be touching the bottom of the other tray, and that won't be good. So, need to do what I can to separate them. And there we have it, cake in the oven. So let's see who else has popped along, shall we? Jimmy Quinn, port and brandy, it's lovely, but must be a good brandy and port. Don't find the cheap end of port to be that bad myself. Brandy, don't know about it really, it's not something I have. How do you say that? Yazre63. Can you rub your tummy and your head at the same time? Yes, I can. I can do that. I don't know how, but it's one of those things I just have a unique talent for, and I've never known anybody else can do it. You know, it does show a supreme coordination skills. And can you do it? That's the question. Can you do it? If you can't do it, have a go now. Da Vinci Gaming. I don't know what you're talking about there. Erin Haru, hello. What's for dinner tonight? Dinner's already been scoffed and consumed and gone. I'm just making a cake or two. Gaiatis for breakfast. So we're still on this Gaiat word thing. C. Jones, I made oil cake. I made oil cake yesterday, ate it all. I've been baking a lot. Interesting. ACO, say daddy. Why? I just did, didn't I? Sorry. The Dealie is open. Dealie is open. What is this Kid Rock will look like in a few months? Oh, this is what Kid Rock will look like in a few. Kid Rock. GT, I'll sub to get your dream going. Oh, well, that's very nice of you, GT. I'd like it if you subbed because you liked what I'm doing as well. I suppose that'd be even nicer. But maybe you don't. But if you do, then certainly do, because that's worthwhile doing. I'm just bringing you over here because I'm going to do something that I do quite a lot, and that is make a cup of tea. And I don't want to leave you over there because I feel a bit, well, rude really. Americo is something not supposed to say to him he's a good man. Oh, well, right, I'm not bothered. It'd take a lot more to scare me than that. So I shouldn't worry about it. It doesn't really matter. From here, actually, we can probably, I could probably do a live stream with the fishes. Because they'd all be really interested in being involved, wouldn't you, eh? Pingu says, have you ever made Battenberg type cake? No, but maybe what I'm doing here could Battenberg. I don't know, I'm not even sure what it is. Battenberg is the one with 3 different cakes, like Neapolitan ice cream, isn't it? Or is it? I don't know. There are many different cakes that already use the method of having different colours in the gut, so it's not like I'm doing anything that different. The only bit that's really different is putting port into one of them, which I don't even think is that much of a gamble, really. It's my birthday today, says ACO. Well, happy birthday to you. 102 viewers, says Black Lines. It was, but now it's gone down. Erin Hanu, is that Hanu? Got to get my glasses in a minute. Oh, right, I see, it's pieces of cakes, isn't it? Pieces of cakes. Aileen says nah, and GT says hi. Dino Dad, I'm impressed. I know what that was. The sound of something falling over. I'm impressed, I'm impresto. Natalia Alvarez. Yummy. Yes, it will be. Very much so. And here we have my favourite name of all, Pendulous Knocking. Hi, handsome. Hope your cake is nice and moist. It will be. It most definitely will be. And thank you for actually hoping it will be. Because it will be. It's bound to be, isn't it? It's not going to be horrible. Zana Mari. Do you find cooking with wines makes for the not so after pleasant taste? I don't know. The only time I've ever done cooking with wine really was bolognese. Bolognese with a bit of red wine in. Very good. There are many other things you can put wine into, but I haven't really done it really. Hi Bolty, says Mighty Cat Mods, but I'm not sure who he's talking to because Bolty isn't actually here. Unless you think he is here, or unless he's blocked me. Now, what's that? Just the Wi-Fi is a little bad for me. I'm outside. Oh, I see. Cheeky little thumbnail with the Welsh girl. Yeah, maybe I did that just as a special treat for you, Barry. Oil cake is where you use veg oil instead of butter in the cake batter. Yes. I know it's supposed to be better for moist cake. Maybe I would do, but I don't ever want to eat it. It's vegetable oil. I just don't like vegetable oil. I just don't think it's. Butter's a nice natural product, whereas vegetable oils are really not particularly nice thing. If it makes a nice cake, then fair enough, obviously. Oil cake is American cake, says, was that how you spell it? Garu? C. Jones, who's the new? Whoa, a new view, awesome. Pendulous knocking, do you like marzipan? No. Of all the things that there are that I could possibly not like, well, you could ask me them like, where are my glasses? There they are. Marzipan is the one thing I can most definitely say no to. I would go as far as to say that I hate this stuff. Probably not as much now as I used to do, but I remember being at school and whatever it was, the pudding was some sort of marzipan thing. And it made me retch to eat it. But of course, in the 70s, as some of you will know, you didn't have the choice. You ate it. The food was put in front of you, you ate it. There was no, I don't like it, you just ate it. So I did eat it, and I was retching throughout the entire thing. Lots of people don't like marzipan, come to think of it. Yeah, I'm going to have a bit of a sit down by the looks of it because my back's hurting, my legs are hurting, and my eyes are starting to ache as well. So I'm going to put that there so the fishes can get in as well. Good, marzipan's a lovely thing. Do you prefer baking or cooking more? I've seen you bake more. I just like doing either really. Shorts with donkey. Shorts with donkey. That's an interesting one. It says hello. You have a ghost in random sounds going on. Oh, yes. Smelly hole. Ooh, I love cake. I love cake. I do. Say smelly hole. Charlotte looks like she saw a young witch on that thumbnail. Well, you noticed that she's got the same expression as I do, and that was an accident. And that's why she went on there. I too found the Welsh girl appealing. Don't tell my husband. Yeah, C. Jones says you are correct. Butter tastes better, but more expensive. It's a lot more expensive, unfortunately. I mean, so it should be. You know, decent products shouldn't be cheap anyway, really. And that the need for cheap products is why we have substitutes that end up not being that good for you in the end. Oh, another fan, eh? Andrew, yes. PK, right? Who's PK? PK. I can't remember. Oh, pendulous knocking. I would find anything. I would find anything appealing at the moment. Zana Murray, vegetable oil is so bad for you. Oil cake was originated in India. Just for your information. Interesting. Cherry Bakewell. Cherry Bakewell has marzipan in it, doesn't it? As I remember, it's kind of Cherry Bakewell's quite nice, but it has an edge to it. It's a bit like having a really interesting conversation with somebody that you don't like. GT, I'm wanting bigger tyres for my RC radio controlled car. Should I save money and 3D print them, but they would be worse quality, or should I buy them and go for better quality? That's it's not really for me to answer that one. I'm no expert on radio controlled cars, by the way. I'm not. But anything you can 3D print is going to be kind of cool, isn't it? But wouldn't it just be plastic anyway? So plastic wheels on a radio controlled car. They're not going to grip very well, are they? Erin Haru, what's your favourite food? I don't know. I just like decent food of any kind, whether it's just normal, kind of nice, sort of ordinary food, or whether it's something spicy. Um, Rosanna is still here. I'm always here, she says. Definitely. That's nice to know. Yeah, I do like ginger cake. And I would have thought about making ginger cake, but I forgot. It was funny because, oh no, the ginger. Ginger is one of those things I don't think was in the ingredients for the tikka masala thing, so I didn't get around to reading it out. Tyres are overrated. Just take them off and lower the car with better aerodynamics, says Dick Dastardly. And nice glasses. Oh. They could grip well, or so they should, or so what should I do? Or they could grip well, so what should I do? I want them for the grass. Small tyres destroy the battery so quickly. Well, because you're going full pelt just to get it to go along at that kind of speed. So you need bigger wheels so that it works better. Well, wonderful horseshoe. Yes, wonderful horseshoe. That's a good name. I do like that. I'm here from Newcastle. Wonderful horseshoe. Was you here before? Was you here on a previous live stream? Did I rate your username? Because I like that one. I'll give that an 8 out of 10. What time did I put the cake in? Could anybody tell me how long ago I put that cake in? Because I'm going to struggle to know when to take it back out. And that's not really a good idea, is it? Right, okay, so Rosanna likes cooking. Doing a wheel spin in a car with no tyres on would be a blast. Would it? Or would it just be irresponsible? With no tyres on it. With no tyres, any wheel would spin really, really easily, wouldn't it? You wouldn't even need any power. Oh, incidentally, for anybody that does know and is interested, I managed to slip the back end of the MGF out to make on a roundabout with a little bit too much enthusiasm. What would be Newcastle? Oh, right, that would be nice. Huh? Would that be nice? Newcastle or Newcastle? Newcastle. Are you going to teach Boaty to cook something nice soon? Asks Pendulous Knocking. Well, that would be rather... no. He can do his own cooking. And well, he's very good at presenting the food he makes as well. He always does his pictures. He does his pictures of his food, and it always looks very, very professional. Whereas mine's just slapped on a plate. I mean, that's a weird thing, actually. Oh, Bad Books is here. If you're eating alone and you make the effort to present the food so it looks like it's expensive and you've paid a lot of money for it in a restaurant, the only reason for doing that would then be so you can take a picture of it and put it on Facebook. Otherwise, you wouldn't bother, would you? You'd just stick it on your plate, scoff it down before you even remember to take a picture. Thank you, I've been here a few times. I thought so, wonderful horseshoe. And welcome back. Tomorrow at my school, KZT Hair Day, I'm going to do a little skittle. I don't really quite understand that, but it's fine. About 10 minutes ago, says Erin. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I'm going to go off of that actually and say that, really, they need to be in for an hour anyway. Yeah, so if anybody's hanging around tonight ready to do watching Boaty's live stream, then we may actually just the cake might be ready just as that starts. Thank you, by the way, Erin. Sparky Low. Nice drifting. No, I wasn't drifting. what I might have done is, if I'm absolutely honest, is just carried on adding a bit of extra power on the roundabout just to see at that point where it does start to slip so I know to stop. I don't want to do drifting. Drifting's just a bit irresponsible on public roads. But it is useful to know how far you can go before it starts to kick out for future reference. Barry, you should watch some videos from here in Australia for examples of doing burnouts on rims. GT, is this the same GT as before? Because I don't remember a goat face on there. No, it is, yeah, right. So you've got a goat face. Small tyres create too much friction on the tall grass. With big tyres, it reduces the friction, making the engine not have to work as hard, thus making the battery last longer. And all that makes perfect sense. The idea of doing it with no tyres at night, just to see sparks. I'm watching Harry Potter, says Roseanne. I would try a burnout in my car, but, says Barry Scrotter, and the but could be anything, couldn't it? It could be, I don't want to wear my tyres out. I don't want the neighbours looking at me like an imbecile. I don't want to actually break my car. I'm not interested in doing it. Or I've got something else to do. Or I'm on the couch at the moment and the car's just a bit too far away. There are many, many possible reasons that could be. Which one is it? About when did you notice you never... your nearsighted vision was starting to go away. I think you put the cakes in 15 minutes ago. I've got an idea now. I'm gonna have a look about 11:15. When it started was probably about 5 or 6 years ago. Up until then, this distance was perfectly okay for me. But once your sight starts to go in that way, it carries on going. So I've needed reading glasses for anything like this. Oddly enough, though, if I edit my videos on my phone at a closer distance than this, and I manage okay, but then I'm not really reading anything. I'm just snipping bits of video clips together. However, when I've edited a video and render it, post it on YouTube, unless I watch it on the television, I'll find there's all sorts of bits I didn't even notice were in the video, which is kind of strange, because the camera on my phone can see more than I can, which is fantastic. It's fantastic for making really good videos with. But I'm just lucky that I haven't picked up on having something in a video that wasn't really supposed to be there. The closest I got, I think, was actually a cat on someone's windowsill, on the bedroom windowsill, which, you know, I don't know. I didn't notice the cat. Pingu says, if you need a set of sticky tyres for wet, like I have a couple you can have, well, that's very kind of you, actually. And I'm not going to be needing really, I'm not going to be doing anything stupid in it. I find the car really rather exciting to drive without, risking my life. You're welcome, thank you. I meant at school we have crazy hair day and I'm doing Skittles in my hair. Oh, right, I see, Rosanna. Right. Barry happens regularly here. Big problems with hoon drivers and late night meetups. Well, we have quite a bit of that everywhere, don't we, really? Finding the limits of a car, good call. I think so too. Now, what I used to always do, and I've not done this for a while, but when I had a new car, I would test the brakes by going along somewhere, making sure there's nothing behind me, and then jamming the brakes on just to see how good they actually were, knowing that point at which they would just slip instead. Because, well, when I started driving, very few cars had ABS anyway, and I never had a new car, so there's always going to be relying on just the pedal feel. Cadence braking, even if you like, you really want to be clever about it. Saint Junior, how old are you? How old are you? This question comes up quite a lot actually, and my assumption is if somebody's asking how old I am, they're usually going to be quite young because it's the kind of question that somebody who's quite young would ask. So I'm going to guess at your age, St. Junior, before I tell you mine. I'm going to say that you are 22. Tyler Kennedy again. Hello. You can't stand backwards on the stairs. You can't stand backwards on the stairs. I don't think I'll try. GT, I'll try to get 3D print on the tyre so I can see if my theory works. Good idea. Have you seen the clown have you seen the cloud? Oh gosh. Have you seen the clown that hides from gay people? Nope, that sounds like the start of a joke. James Summer, hi mate, you okay? Yes I am, thank you very much. Welcome back, by the way. GT, of a decent 3D printer, you should use a good other prototype. I thought it said purge them for a second. How are my fish? They're all okay, they're all happy in there, they're all swimming around, having a good time, asking for some more food, which they simply don't need. Because they've been fed plenty, haven't they? Eh? They've been fed plenty. You got a good printer, right? Okay, this is me right now, just relaxing, Rosanna. My name is Rosanna. You're in America, is that right? Pingu says we saw a squirrel running across a power line over a busy road today. Should have filmed it. YouTube gold. Yeah, I guess it is actually. If you can actually zoom in and get a decent picture of it, you need a decent camera for that. Otherwise, it'd be far too small. Yeah, it's a bit rude to ask someone's age, says GT. I don't find it rude. I just find it curious that anybody should be that interested, I suppose. And I do honestly think that it's not the kind of thing that an older person would ask. Say if you're my age, you wouldn't ask somebody else how old they are because it's just somehow not really that relevant. I've noticed my close-up vision going bad 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm 37. Some of us do know your age. Well, it's not a secret. Thanks, Zana Marie. I'm quite old, but I wouldn't want to drift on. I'm quite old, and I wouldn't want to drift on public roads. Did that hurt, Mustard? Did that one hurt? No, it didn't. No. Stop doing that. Right. I do see a bunch of things for print in my race car. I'm in Bristol, says Rosanna. Where is Bristol? I'm sorry, I don't know everywhere. Do you have WhatsApp? Asks James Summer. Yes, I do have WhatsApp, but I don't give it out to everybody. I have some contact details within the live stream, so you can use those if you like. You told me you're 24, says Tyler Kennedy. I might have done, but obviously it's a joke. Black and white and orange furry cat is back. That is, again, right at the top of my absolute favourite usernames I've seen so far. That is, if you like cats like I do, to describe it as black and white and orange and furry is excellent. That is, I'm very, very pleased to see you just because I can read your name out. Who have you got? Yeah, the furry cat bit is a bit. Diane Hook is here and says, hello Diane Cook. Are you married? Asks James Summer. Well, yes, I am actually, yes. Oh, you're in England, right, okay. I don't know why I thought you might be in America. What's red and sits in a tree? Asks Tyler Kennedy. What's red and sits in a tree? If you get a sanitary owl. I think I've heard that one before. I'm sure it's quite an old one actually, but it still kind of got me there. Very good, well done. My username has a meaning behind it, says GT. Well, you're welcome to share that. Why not? Yeah, share it. Diana Hook says, it's my cat's birthday. Yeah, interesting. How old is your cat, Diane? I got to go to bed. Okay, so that's Rosanna off. Good night, Rosanna. Have a peaceful evening. Have a lovely sleep. And I'll see you in the next one, which at this rate could even be tomorrow. 10. 10. Okay. Right, so 10's quite a nice age for a cat. Still a good, it means you've had your cat for 10 years and it's still got another 10 years to go at least. Cats are fantastic, aren't they? And I haven't got one and I really wish I did. I used to have a lot of cats. If you want, I could tell you about my cats. I've not had cats for 20 years, but I used to have quite a lot and I found them to be fascinating creatures, really. Good evening, Captain, says Solace of Lyra. Good evening to you. Isle Official. I still don't know. Is it LLI? Or is it Lie Official? Or is it ILE? I don't know. Would you rather watch a tree grow or... right. I'm sure that somebody did one the other day, actually. Right, okay. GT stands for goat, and goats are my favourite animals. Right. Good as well. Goats are really cool. I like goats. Me too. Nighty night, Captain Mustard. Okay, good night. Good night, Pingu. One of my regular people on live streams and, of course, video as well. Bye-bye for now. Are they off to sleep? They're not, are they?
Supposedly.
I'm not. There's no point in rushing up there then.
No.
I spent my night yesterday up in a tree with all my cats. Is that because you was just having a social time with the cats, or was you trying to get them down? I'll tell you, I had, I think, about 10 cats at one point. I was given a kitten. I was given 2 kittens. And they went and did that thing, didn't they? Where they ended up making more of them whilst being outside. And then suddenly I had 2 sets of litters. And because they were all cute and they were all ever so slightly different from one another, I really, really struggled to give them away. And I wouldn't struggle. People did want them, but I didn't want to get rid of them, did I? So I ended up thinking, well, I'll keep this one out of this litter and this one out of this one, which was, well, it meant that I had a bit too many cats then. But, you know, I wanted to keep them and I enjoyed them. And, well, same thing happened again, more litters of cats. And very, very quickly came to the point where I thought I was doing something irresponsible here. So I did whatever I could to get rid of any of the kittens that I had. Well, I don't mean whatever I could. I mean, obviously, I didn't just kick them out. I made sure I found homes for them. And then just kept the cats. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cats. 5 grown-up cats. 6, actually. There were 6 grown-up cats. Well, it wasn't 6 for long, because one of them did actually just kind of die quite young. And then the others all lived way past 10. And the last cat I had was actually over 10 years ago. 10 years ago. I'd love to have some more. You might ask, well, why don't you have some more? Well, the only problem with cats is allergies. And I'm not allergic to them, but my wife is. And fleas. Last time I had a cat, there was a bit of a problem with fleas kept reappearing. And then we did have a problem with fleas occurring because of a neighbour's cat that happened to come in the house. Good night, Pingu says, I lie. Right, okay, thank you. I lie official. Night All Regular says Pingu. Jimmy Quinn says, I thought what's red and sits in the tree was Dr. White. I thought what's red and sits in the tree was Dr. White. I'm just not really getting that one. Oh, James Summer lives in Portugal. Goat, greatest of all time, says Zana Murray. And I only found that one the other day from somebody calling me goat, which was quite nice of them. Captain Catman. Yes, that's pretty much. Diane Hook likes my fish. Thank you. They're rather happy little creatures. And yeah, I know you live in Portugal, James. That's okay. I'm just enjoying the time with them. Ah, right, yes. I can get that. You've got your cats up the tree and you think, I'm going to go up there and sit with them. I would do exactly the same thing. Lunatic Ninja number 5, another brilliant name. That is, again, another 9 out of 10 name. I like that a lot. Is Charlotte Church in the kitchen? I'd give her a nipper portion. No, unfortunately she's not. In five. Have you ever licked a 9-volt battery? Asks Tyler Kennedy. Well, of course I have. How would I know whether it works or not? If you've never licked a 9-volt battery, then you don't. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't give a 9-volt battery to a small person and say, lick that and tell me whether it works or not. Because you just wouldn't do, would you? It's the kind of thing you do at school. And I don't think it's the kind of thing that happens at school any longer. I reckon licking 9-volt batteries is probably a thing of the past. The look of surprise and delight on Charlotte's face. Oh, yes. It's always best to get at least 2 kittens when you have cats versus getting 2 puppies when you have 2 dogs. Of course, your situation now, making sure they don't mate from the same litter. Well, actually, they didn't do. They didn't do. There's quite a lot of cats in the area that I lived in. Ah, yes, and actually, one of the kittens was my dad's cat. He had 2 kittens, and there was a particular tomcat that knocked about, a proper tomcat, one of these, like, he's looking over like, what's going on? I can see a cat there. Right, okay, shall I pop over? Shall I pop over, have a little, fancy good time, dear? One of those kind of proper tomcats. You could see him at business, and he really did. And one of the kittens came out looking just like him, but smaller. And it grew up looking just like him, but it was super friendly. So whether this tomcat was actually just looking like a proper tomcat because he was just being friendly or not, I don't know. That could be it. We get things mixed up, don't we? All he was just being friendly. He wasn't being a predator cat, after all. Don't know what that means, Diane Cook, but thanks. I'm allergic to anything with fur. I hate it because I love animals, says Barry. Right, Tracy's Afterburn is here. Would you rather have to deal with a boaty-sized fish or a neon tetra-sized boaty? Neon tetra-sized boaty, I reckon. Yeah, imagine if that's how our bee was. Then we could all. What's that word that came up yesterday? Mogging. That's it. We could all mog over him, couldn't we? Then. Same here with cats and kittens, says Andrew Buttigieg. Gah! Gah. That's pronounced. Actually pronounced that. Gah. G-A-A-A. Wow, you still in YouTube, hot man. Stitch Girl. Hi, hello. I live in Ohio, says GT. Hi again from Stitch Girl. Dan Peters, thanks for the live, Mustard, but I have to go. Look forward to the next one. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. Henley Jackson. Hi, Girly Pop. Hi, Girly Pop, yeah. A fish called Barry Squatter sounds like a bad idea for a name. Indeed, it does actually. 545 subs, fantastic. Oh, don't spoil it for me. No, it's okay. Yesterday was bonkers. I did a live stream. It was the second most viewed live stream I've ever done. And I got over 100 subscribers from it on this channel. And later on, quite a few had disappeared again, but just the excitement of it was just amazing, really. How do you do video for here? Asks James. I don't know what you mean, really. Isla Brim 12. Isla from Wales. Hello. I lit a 12-volt battery. Xavier Setti. Any saltwater tanks? No, just this one. How do you video in here? You can't video in a live stream. You can just right. Natalie's Horses with Baby Alive. That's an interesting name. Natalie's Horses with Baby Alive. Hello, Natalie's Horses with Baby Alive. No, I don't have any, James. I used to have cats, but don't have any more. Okay, I just had to say goodbye to my first cat in the fall of 2022, and her brother, my second cat, having them for 11 and 12 years. Still doesn't seem long enough. I want to get more. My neighbour threatened to waterboard my cat. That's a bit of an evil type of neighbour, isn't it, really? It's not the kind of neighbour, it's not a very neighbourly thing to do or even to threaten. DSMP lover. Cake feed. James Summer, do you want my email address? Well, James Summer, if you want to send me an email, you can do. I'm a little bit curious of your motivation. Honestly, I don't mind, that my email is there, so you can do that if you want to do. That sucks, Barry. Sorry you're allergic to animals that you want to be around. Yeah, it would be horrible, wouldn't it? Soup Sorcerer, another brilliant name. Hello. Any soup cooking tonight? No soup cooking tonight. Maybe I'll do soup quite soon because I fancy doing like not minestrone. What's that? Mulligatawny. I fancy doing a mulligatawny soup soon. Wow. Fun fact. Giraffes are called giraffes because that's what they are. Yeah, I like that. John Studley is here. Hello, Mustard Mate. Hello, John Studley. Welcome, and I hope you are feeling a bit more positive today. Bread. So happy YouTube showed me this live. Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much, Bread. I like that. Don't forget to like if you happen to be here. The likes make it work better. Monsieur 777, I think Jesus is with you. And what a kind thing to say. And I think this could be quite possibly a reference to what I look like. And that's with my hair tied up and out of the way. Although I've never seen Jesus wear glasses. What did I miss in the live yesterday? What did you miss? I don't know. I can't even remember. What did I make? Oh yeah, I made curry. I made loads of curry. It was the best curry I'd ever made, I think. ACO, it's my birthday today. Can you wish me a happy birthday shout out? I can, ACO. Of course I can. ACO, happy birthday to you, and no doubt from the rest of the people in the chat as well. Rebecca Shanley, can I tell you a joke? Yes, you can. I live off battery acid. I live off of battery acid, says DSPM lover. The families, hi, I will sub you. Thank you very much. I would like that very much. Soup Sorcerer, just like the classic Subaru. Yeah. The families. I read my text. I did do. I might be a bit behind by now, that's all. My neighbours work for a vet that specialises with cats. Yes, you can, Rebecca Shanley. You can tell me a joke. Right, my email is in the description, James. GT, keep an eye on that neighbour. Sounds like a psychopath. Doesn't sound very nice, does it? Mustard, do you link to use Doom? I don't know what that is. Ryan Green. People who eat radiation spam in the chat. That's BNT. Whole grain or Coleman's mustard. Right. Do you mean whole grain or just ordinary mustard, I suppose? Smashing Pistons and Beards and Bangers both have cats. Yes. Jesus is dead. I'm not doing the Palestine or Israel thing tonight or any night, I'm afraid. Well, I had a lovely minestrone soup. Yum yum. What did the beach say to the other beach? I don't know. What did the beach say to the other beach? Can we see this down there before too long? It might be best actually, I'm going to tell a joke, put it all in one thing because I've probably forgotten what the other bit was before that. I'm a little better today, must admit. Thank you, good. Tis bitter chip 30. Hi, thank you. Bruce Wayne is here as well. Good man, Bruce Wayne. Thank you. Nothing, I just waved. No, I'm going to ask you if you do a curry live for us. Guess you already did it? Yeah, yesterday. I did it yesterday. You could watch it if you wanted. I know it's not quite the same if you're not in the chat. James, I don't know. I'm doing a live stream, so if you send me an email or anything like that, I'm not going to see it at the moment because I can't. I can only do one thing on my phone at once. BT 230. I've got interesting. If you answer Palestine or Israel, I will sub to you. All right, Palestine or Israel. Dear, you know, I ate fish before. It tasted weird. Ah, right. Pungent Exits is here. That's another familiar name. Hello, lovely fish. As is Seti Wan. Long live the king. Bread. How many fish you got? I think 39. Chris Android. Yes, Android, yes. Why is the United States bad at playing chess? Ask Danny XD. I don't know. What time are you going to bed? I don't know, James. I don't really have a bedtime. I'm too old for having a bedtime. I go to bed when I'm tired. Because it has they're not called towers anyway in chess. You're thinking of rooks. Search up Ranbu on the YouTuber. Rebecca, I thought you were going to say you were waving at you, but Hunting with Sam. Hi, Hunting with Sam. Rebecca's joke. What happened to that? Did you actually tell it? I think I might have missed it. Oh yeah. Oh right. What did the beach say to the other beach? Was that? I don't know. Maybe that was it. Maybe that's the joke. I can smell cake now. It won't be ready. It won't be ready. It takes at least an hour to cook a cake. If you try and actually eat it before, then you just end up with cake mix instead, which you could have eaten without really having to make it. You know, so that would have been easier, wouldn't it? But we don't want to do that. What are you lot doing down there? They seem to be having fun in that particular corner of the tank. Do you deer hunt? Asks Hunting with Sam. Well, I don't personally. No, I've never done any hunting. How was it working on a shed in Buried? Pungent exit. Yay, cake. Yummy. It is. James Summer. No. You can, the bit you can see is the bit you can see. What flavours? Asks Pungent Exit. Well, shall I go through that? I'll tell the story so far. Uh, the cake is a 3-layer cake, which is cinnamon, and then just red dyed cake, way too much, and then chocolate cake on the top, chocolate part, all in one sort of cakey, loafy thing. And then the other one, with a leftover cake mix, which is going to be just for me, is port cake, which I made the decision on right at the last moment and thought, yeah, let's go ahead and tipped in the bit of port that I have left in the bottle that has been there for long enough for me to assume I'm probably not going to get around to drinking it. And I'm expecting that to be very, very nice indeed. What's the most difficult thing you've attempted to bake or cook? Asks Zana Murray. I don't know actually. None of them's really ever gone wrong, so it's not like I can think of a particular occasion where I think, gosh, I'll never do that again. Can I tell you a joke? Says James Summer. Oh, it's Sumner, not Summer. James Sumner. You can if you want to, yeah. Do you have a favourite fish? Asks Ed Stark. Well, possibly, yes. Possibly. These silver dollars, that's the ones that look like sweets, they're really interesting. And then there's diamond tetras, they're rather friendly, they swim around all over the place really quickly. You see that one there with the stripe of the red bit on the front? That's called a torpedo bar. I really like those. But, I like them all. They're all rather interesting. That's why tropical fish are popular. They don't stay still in one place. They're very difficult to take pictures of as well. Port cake is amazing, says Erin Haru. Let's hope so. Pungent Exit is doing a thingy. Can I tell you a joke? Asks James Sumner again. Yeah, well, you can. What's red and sights in a corner? I know you mean sits, don't you? Rather than sights. What's red? As what is red and sits in a corner? I don't know. Let's hope it's not dreadful. Sits, yeah. Yep. Don't know. Are you Henry Cole? Asks Tyler. Well, that has been mentioned before, actually. So no, I'm not Henry Cole. But Henry Cole is a man who does car stuff, isn't he? And he has glasses. All right, nice one, James. He has glasses and grey hair. So no, I'm not. But thanks for asking. And it was good to clear that up to make sure I'm not Tyler. John says, I've just had a very bad week this week and I'm slowly getting my head around the right place. Well, that's what you've got to do and understand that sometimes it is just a bad week. And a bad week will always be followed by a better week, won't it? But you have to sometimes realise that before it happens. So you have the motivation to just keep your chin up, as we keep saying. It's difficult, really, for. And I'm just going to push that in there. It's difficult, of course, for anybody else to really understand your situation any more than just understanding it. And we're not in your situation, and obviously, all we can do is sympathise. But there's not really much else we can do. He's a jolly old soul, is Henry Cole. Yeah, I know, James. I've seen that. That might not be the kind of joke that many people find funny. That's the thing. I've heard that one before, actually. It's to do with the way you tell them as well. You've got to tell them with a bit more, comic timing. I've got to take my pups for a walk. Right, not. But a pleasure cooking with you again. Good night, and good night to the regulars, says Zana Murray. And good night to you as well. It was very, very nice having you back here again. Hooked on Classics is here. Hello, wavy, wavy, wavy to Simone. Welcome to this live stream where cake is cooked and fishes are talked about. It's been a rather interesting evening so far with a massive fluctuation of indeed viewers. Henry Cole in the caravan with Boaty and Mustard. Oh God. I don't know much about Henry Cole. I've just seen pictures of him, but is he an interesting character? Is he somewhat flamboyant? Or is he just a straight-laced chap who does better for not really larking about too much? Oh, right, okay. Right. Pungent Exit says, I think you look a lot younger and more handsome than Mr. Cole. Well, I wouldn't say it's good to know. I don't know. Take care, yes, take care. Sorry, I'm going to keep blocking people. The first ever live stream I did was about just over a year ago, and I accidentally blocked somebody or put someone on the naughty step who didn't really belong there. And so I'm really careful what I do with this. Yes, he is of what you said. Yes, he is of what you said, Mustard. But which bits? I truly enjoy your live. You are very relaxing, says Erin Harrow. That's very nice of you to say. What's your name? Asks Barry. Not Barry. James Sumner. James Sumner. You're a rather demanding character sometimes, you know that, James? Flamboyant, etc. Ah, right, I see. Are you getting pissed tonight? Asks Tyler Kennedy. Well, I'm not pissed on any live streams. I just happen to have. Yeah, very good. His name is Captain. Thank you, Erin. I just happen to have a beer or two, in fact. Doesn't get me pissed. Just makes me relaxed. Relaxed and even more in the mood for talking with people, that some of which I don't even know. I don't mind. I might even have one now. But I don't know. I don't know what. I am what? Captain Mustard do 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 dee do. Do 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 dee do do I don't know whether I should or not. I might do actually. Yes. Yes. Would that be a treat for just me? Or would it be a treat for you as well? Seeing the hairy man have himself a beer. After all, it is 10:30, and I reckon I should give myself a wiggle of the ear. Yeah. I know the next bit I've got to do isn't going to be that exciting, which is cleaning up the dishes. That's the trouble. Any kind of cooking you do requires cleaning up of some kind at some points. I keep seeing messages actually including Boaty and our secret banker. So they're not watching the live stream. There we go. Nice cheapo lager from Lidl. You can't beat it. You can drink it though, and I'm going to do just that. I reckon Henry Cole would outmog Boaty and talk more. I thought mogging was to do. I thought what we found out yesterday that mogging was about being taller than other people. Do you smoke? No, I don't, James. Tyler Kennedy, I've got a massive fluctuation. Don't know if that's something I can help you with. We did a theme tune for these kitchen lives. A theme tune? Well, don't freeze your cake, says Dinos. There is a possibility, I suppose. What if Well, that's another thing though to add to it. It would actually take up more time. But when I got my guitar and started playing guitar in live streams as well, I'd have less time to actually talk to the people that might be asking me to do exactly that. James, my friend, you do ask a lot of questions, not necessarily the correct ones, mate. Yeah, that's true enough. Right now, I've not asked James one question so far. One question that gets asked to me quite a lot by people who I assume are younger people. I'm going to ask James Sumner. How old are you? Right. Do you ever chill the glass before you drink a beer? I don't bother because I just make sure the beer's cold, or at least with these ones anyway. Okay, John. Oh, I was rather subservient of you there. No, I think it was about height. No, I didn't think it was about height. Ah, right, I see. Catch you later. Thanks, Mustard. Says pungent exit. Okay, thank you very much. Pungent exit. And another obviously rather brilliant username. Thanks for being here tonight. Isn't Moggy like being an alpha male or something? Yeah, it could be actually. Like, oh, Boaties, well, can my pants have a shout out? They're called Brian. Oh, yes, Brian. Welcome tonight to this live stream. I hope you're having a good night. And that is for your pants and all of your snails as well. Do you like whiskey? Asks James. No, not really. No, I don't find it to be particularly pleasurable. That's tickled Erin Harrow for some reason. Oh, there's nothing quite like the beer that's cold that you were undecided about drinking because you didn't know whether you should have one or not. When you do decide to have it, and it's this late, and you're already warm. Look tonight. Look. Can you see? I've got knees out. Today's been, although raining all day, sort of the start of spring, and I just felt warm. And then to have a cold beer at the end of it is even better than it would be normally. And the more people have turned up, hello Boaty, home from work early, and Brian the Pants. Neil says, can I have a shout out to Harry Seacombe's new fuel tank and sender? Their names are John Norman and Amy Wobblebottom. Yes, John Norman and Amy Wobblebottom. Hello. Hooray. A shout out to those particular inanimate objects. Hope you enjoy being on Neil's car. Brian the Pants made me laugh. Made me laugh as well. Some say Boaty keeps his pants in his freezer. I do. Well, in the summer, when I'm at work, I have been known to keep taking my t-shirt off and putting it in the freezer for 5 minutes. So I'll have 2 t-shirts at work, and I'll just keep swapping them over when it's really hot. Where is my beer? Are you old enough to have beer, James? Rebecca Shanley's back. Hi, can I please tell a joke? Didn't you start telling a joke before and then forgot to finish it off? Neil, are you still really busy? I'm off, by all. Please give Brian my regards, says Dino Dad. Okay, good night, Ross. Have a lovely evening at work. Oh no, yeah, you're going to work, aren't you? You'll be going to work at this time. Right, well, enjoy it. Angel Mena Ramirez. Lone. Just lone. Evening, muddy funsters. Hope you're all having a wonderful evening stuffed with extra plumptuousness, says Boaty's World. I think they are. Have a great day. Where is my beer? Asks James again. Where is my beer? That's the thing. Where's my beer gone? A nice warm beer in a plastic cup. No, I don't fancy that. Pito. Oh, James, you are 48 years old. Okay. Right, that surprises me. If you really are 48 years old, then I'll be honest here, but probably other people might be thinking the same thing. Some of your questions don't look like the questions from a 48-year-old man. T-shirt in the freezer, good idea. We turn a fridge trailer on if there's anyone if there's anyone in the yard. Lovely. Peyton Religions, Reliance, or Peyton Reliance. How do I handle bullies? I'm on my last nerve. Ah, right. Well, if that's a serious question, then I'm going to answer that one seriously. Peyton Reliance. Peyton Reliance. It's a difficult one to answer correctly until you realise that when bullies are actually very weak people, and they do bullying to try and kind of clamber their way up into the more stronger people territory. And when you actually know that actually they're just weak-minded and just feeble people, they're a bit easier to deal with. If you're talking about physical bullying, then sometimes the best way, I'm not really going to advise this as such, but sometimes the best way is to just give them a crack that they just wasn't expecting. But you've got that, and then the kind of psychological bullies that are basically just actually a lot easier to put back down than you realise when you start. Angel Mena Ramirez, I don't know what that means there. Hey, right. Apex Demon says, why are you gay? And I shall answer that question by saying, because we should all be gay. Gayness is fantastic. If you're not gay, you're missing out on a lot of rather exciting times in your life. Rather than be boring and dull, be gay. Don't be an idiot. Neil Gibbons, a lot less busy than I have been. First time I've sat down in 3 days painting. Oh. Something tells me that's not really his age, says Erin. How's your beautiful life going? Taking my talking Angelina fan. It's going all right. I best be checking the cake in a minute, I don't know. What? What is your phone? James, what do you mean, what is your phone? Have you ever thought of making some mini cakes or treats that taste like... No, but I bet you have, Boaty, haven't you? Portable. What? Bro, stop acting like you're him. You can't even pronounce words like that. One teacher that everybody hate. One teacher that everybody hate. Now, I don't know who that's directed at, but it's a bit of a kind of mixed up message, really. How long have you been transitioning into a man, asks Ryan Green. Well, probably about 40 years, I'd say. Do you want to go? Do you want me to go? Asks James. I don't want you to go. No, of course I don't. I don't expect you to do that. Peyton Reliance. She glued my hair to stuff, cut my hair, Tried beating me up, rumours hitting everything. She's so weak, but I'm weaker. Well, not really. No, you're never going to be weaker than somebody that has to do stuff like that. Somebody does stuff like that, like I say, they're just, well, useless usually. They're usually useless, actually just being decent people. I love cake. Put them in my big cake hole. If Boaty was here, I would grate my body buffet. Grate a body buffet with cakes and cream. Is that the joke, Rebecca? You're gay. Big Chris, you look like Rick Grimes if he was converted to Judaism. Turn back, lil bro. Paytone, shut up. Paytone. You look like a nerd in Kung Fu Panda. I'm going to take that as a good thing, okay? You cannot be insulted by being called a nerd. Nerds are cool. And you don't realise this, but nerds are the people that make your life worthwhile. Without nerds, there wouldn't be things being invented. There wouldn't be solutions to problems. And we'd all just be sat in mud huts eating each other's shit. So, you cannot insult someone by calling them a nerd. I'm going to have to go, I think, because of the time I've been doing this for 2 hours. Just 1 second now. Oh, you're still wide awake. Okay, no problem. Thank you. Your chat is a little wild tonight, says Erin. Your laugh is funny. It should be. Right, okay, so Apex Demon is, if you have children, they'd be disappointed. They wouldn't be disappointed with you because you can spell disappointed. Many people get these spellings mixed up and put DISS. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Rebecca Shenley. Boy, give me my beer naive. Nothing wrong with being nerdy. Nerds are also sweets, apparently. Yes. Like I said, if you want to remember one thing from tonight's live stream, it is this, that nerds are better people than bullies. Bullies are knobs and weak. Nerds are actually just trying to make something better for you all. Cake time, I think. Can I eat one of your fish? No. James Sumner, why is your teeth yellow? You mean why are? I've got more than one. Boaty time in a bit. Cheers for another good live. It is, oh gosh, I tell you what, it's only 10 minutes off, isn't it? So, I'm going to just pull the cake out and then I'm going to finish this here because I've gone over 2 hours, which is quite a long time. Boaty's girlfriend from Liverpool is here. Ooh. Do you know how to test the cake? To see if it's cooked or not? Well, you need a skewer of some sort. You dip it in. If it comes out dry, it's cooked. So we can say quite safely that here we have one cake that's cooked at least, and that is the hot cake. Thank you very much. What about the other one now? and that will be cooked as well. Same test. Dip the thing in there, see if it comes out without cake mix on it. And it has. So that means we're finished. There is the other cake. First cake looks a bit more impressive actually. So when I cook these afterwards, I shall take a picture of them and put them on the community side of the channel. And that is the end of today's live stream. Hang on, let's get to that one there. Right. Nothing like a grammar Nazi, says mixed onions. Now, that's another point I'd like to pick up on. That's another point I'd like to pick up on. Now, one thing is that grammar is quite important for making yourself understood. But there's nothing like somebody trying to be clever and insulting whilst using really bad grammar. And if they're going to do that, then they're good. You know, they're game, aren't they? I want to see your cake. I can't really advise you on that one, I'm afraid. You don't. We should be talking right now. Have you ever been in a police chase? No, I haven't. Hans Keller. What's it like in America? I don't know because I've never been there. Carl Game said, looks like poop. Well, thank you. As long as it didn't taste like it. CJ, hello, Mustard, hello. What a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you very much. Time for the 12-year-olds to go to bed. Yeah. Now, listen, thank you very much for tonight. Everybody who's joined, even those that might not really appreciate a bit of British humour. And I've enjoyed making my cakes and I've enjoyed being able to talk to all you people. So come again next time. Everybody's welcome. Thank you very much.